those days, almost, I would tell you that 99% of every story that we shot were all true life stories. And so there weren't much to add as fiction, except to go deep and interpret exactly what the society was actually. After filming in Jaws on my way back, a lot of things happened. Without going into the story proper, we all died, Jesus. Everybody died. I have a story that I was told that I was kept in the mortuary for 3 days. 3 days. Because those 3 days didn't exist in my life. Even the 4th day didn't exist in my life. The day they said that I woke up didn't exist because I was told, But God, all glory goes to God Almighty. My return was as a result of my love for the job that I was doing. I didn't just become an actor. I loved acting. Do you understand? I didn't just come into acting because I wanted to make money. I discovered a lot of them. It's just that in this country, in Nigeria, people don't appreciate it, People don't really appreciate a lot of things. Because a lot of our so-called legends today, we're not, they were little children those days. So what brought me back and made me stronger after that accident was the joy that God kept me alive. Because while I was in hospital, every night I cried. I remember those days. I don't want to be dirty here, but I remember those days when I wake up, my pillow will be soaked with blood. I have to scream and all those stuff. And I kept telling myself, I kept telling God, if I survive this, if I could survive and go back, if there's anything I wanted from God, was to be able to return back as an actor and continue what I was doing, because there was nothing else I thought I could do better. Even as an engineer, of which I studied in school, I never practiced.
All right, guys, welcome to another powerful edition of Celebrity Spotlight with Ambassador Stainless Precious. Today, we are blessed and very privileged to have a true icon, a man whose presence shapes the era of Nollywood action movies. Ladies and gentlemen, a legend by all standards, a survivor, and a superstar of this country and across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, he's also a filmmaker and a master storyteller. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the one and the only Jerry Amilo. I feel like clapping my hands, and I know you're doing. Welcome, sir. It's good to have you in our studio.
Thank you very much.
So how do you feel celebrated worldwide?
Well, I would say, it's wonderful. It's been wonderful, though. It has always been a wonderful thing, to walk on the street and somebody's saying hi, even when you don't know nobody. Wow, it's been wonderful. I'm grateful.
You feel good today?
I am always good.
Okay, happy new month, sir.
Oh, it's true. Today is 1st of December. Right?
Yeah.
Happy new month, too.
Thank you so much. Okay, we have a couple of questions for your audience and, of course, your fans worldwide to celebrate you more. You are one man I've seen in and outside the country where people stand up to just not your grace alone, but to your panache and your style of giving us the best and to make us continue to be glued to our TV station when it comes to the Nollywood movies. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, the first, what made Nollywood earlier action movies era? You were one of the first to make sure the Nollywood action-packed film are must watch. What makes this era iconic to you, and what inspire your fearless storytelling?
Well, a lot, especially when it concerns the natural part of life.
Yes, sir.
I would say that the first action movie that was shot in Nollywood was played by me.
Wow.
Yeah, I played the lead role, and that will be Bruno and the Law.
Wow.
It was our first real action movie, in the sense of trying to, play the likes of Hollywood.
Yeah.
I don't know how old you were there.
I cannot remember vividly, but I know I was still one of the biggest fans then. Okay, you were one of the fearless. When they say I want to watch an action film that has bad boys. You were the king of the bad boys. What makes you fearless, and what's your style then? What gives you that? Your style was so unique.
Well, it wasn't just about style. It was about reality.
Okay.
You know, back in the days, the stories that we did were true life stories. You know, to be compared today that people just sit down and then, you know, kind of put stories together. Those days, almost, I would tell you that 99% of every story that we shot were all true life stories. And so there weren't much to add as fiction, except to go deep and interpret exactly what the society was actually suffering through. If I may give you a little knowledge about Bruno and the Law, if you remember Bruno and the Law.
Yeah.
You know, when we shot Bruno and the Law, that was in 1990, when Anene was terrorizing Nigeria. And of course, our Baba then, our president, Babangida, ordered the Inspector General of Police to produce Anene in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Because for a period of 2-3 years, we were not sleeping. Anybody who was born in that era and who had grown up would remember the story of Anene.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Yes, sir. And then we had to do that story to tell the people exactly what was happening. And because we interpreted a true life story, for that reason, a lot of impact was created. You know, those days when they try to copy evil, that's all they do natural, they roll. You understand? So those kind of movements, those kind of actions made our films more realistic than trying to copy evil nowadays. You understand?
You just by touching the looks and cranny or the edges, you just answered number 2. But what's your personal experience that shaped that project?
My personal experience was exactly what we all experienced that period. I was very small, but I realized that that era gave birth to when those days, if you're traveling from the east to Lagos, you will travel in the night. People don't bother to travel in the day. You just enter the night bus and then you get to Lagos in the morning. And then you go and do your business.
Peaceful.
And when you're done with business, you enter night bus again and return back to the east. And nothing will happen. But you know, in that era when Anini and Co came up, the terror was so much, the robbery was so much. It wasn't kidnapping those days, it was robbery. And that instantly, you know, stopped the idea of people moving around freely in the night. And then you'll be warned severally never to travel in the night. So, you know, that period particularly, interpreting what was going on was more natural. And whatever you did, and you did it well, the people who are watching it, once you do it well, you find out that your film and your face will be everywhere. Wow. So that gave me a lot of, not just me, may so rest in peace, my friend, my brother, Katie West. You know, those days we did our best to interpret what was going on in Nigeria the best way we could, in as much as we were very young those days.
Wow. Thank you.
So those natural part of it actually kicked me very well.
Oh, I'm feeling emotional because with your brother Jetty West,
I'm not sorry.
a bit of experiences with him. I was a very nice person. Yeah, rest well, Uncle. Your survivor is still one of the passionate stories in Nollywood. What's the most remarkable story, and how do you feel? What gives you strength during that life-changing moment?
You need to be specific, right?
Okay, your survivor story still remains remarkable.
Okay.
Everybody is happy that you are back, and not just back strong and better like others who went through same routes and never came back. What is that remarkable moment that you can't forget? And what's the strength? Because you came back with not just a blockbuster. You came back with another action as if you're an angel.
Well, God did it all.
Yeah, it's good.
Because, I can't just say that I did it.
Yes.
God did.
Yes, sir.
I know you are talking about when after my accident.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You don't want to call the spade.
I don't want to call it. I want you to say the story. I heard the story, but I want the world to hear it themselves.
Well, that accident occurred in 1998.
Wow.
And that was after the filming of what's called the Secret Gold Mine.
Yeah.
If you remember the secret gold mine that was shot in Jos.
Yes.
I went premiering the movie, that's Bruno and the Law,
Yes.
around Nigeria, and after filming in Jos, on my way back, a lot of things happened. Without going into the story proper, we all died,
Jesus.
Everybody died. Our own story is that I was told that I was kept in the mortuary for 3 days.
3 days.
Because those 3 days didn't exist in my life. Even the 4th day didn't exist in my life. The day they said that I woke up didn't exist because I was told, But God, all glory goes to God Almighty. And you talked about what powered my return.
Yes.
My return was as a result of my love for the job that I was doing. I didn't just become an actor. I loved acting. You understand? I didn't just come into acting because I wanted to make money. Unlike, people of nowadays.
Some other of your actors.
Yeah. I loved acting.
It's in the blood.
Yes.
We saw the raw passion.
Yes. Excuse me.
You're welcome.
Excuse me.
You're welcome.
As a result of the job I loved doing, right from when I was a kid, I made sure that every story that I touched, I did it well enough for you to believe as though I could do it real life. And because of the job and the way I loved the job, after the accident, you wouldn't believe that. After the accident, I returned with bandages all over my head.
Wow.
Bandages on my head, my neck, everywhere. Tie, scalpel,
Bandana.
wood bands, tie bandana, cover here. Yeah, it was blown up. Everywhere was blown up.
Jesus.
But I had to return.
Yes, sir.
Because I became the first actor, producer, director, writer, and EP. What we call EP is executive producer. And it's not something you come around doing, easily. Because of my background as a businessman, I was into business, while I was a student, I was into fashion, clothing.
Yes, sir.
I had barbing salons in schools. I had a lot of business going on. Yes, as Igbo my wife be, you could go school with this because nobody was feeding me, So as a result of that, I knew I had to come back immediately. I knew I had to go back to what I was doing. If I stay back, that would be it. I remember a lot of my brothers, sisters, they advised me, "Oh, come on, Daddy, I should go and rest. I need rest, But each time you gave me such advice and you go home, I would always,
Feel bad.
I won't feel bad. I will stop seeing you.
Wow.
Because I see you as a career killer.
Like a football referee.
Like a career killer. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot happened though. A lot gingered me. I had to return back and I returned for real. Yes. And when I came back, those that stayed, I don't want to mention some of the artists that I discovered, carrying that bandage.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, carrying that bandage and bandana on my head, a lot of artists remember that they were on my set. Uche Jumbo, Mr. Johnson, name all of them, name all your superstars today, your legends. All of them were the ones that came into my production these days because I discovered a lot of them. It's just that in this country, in Nigeria,
Session is
people don't appreciate it, people don't really appreciate a lot of things. Because a lot of our so-called legends today, we are not, they were little children those days.
Yeah.
But you know that they feel shy somehow sometimes to come up and say, thank you, or pros, thank you for this one, but we don't really need the thanks. What we need from them is the impact. So what brought me back and made me stronger after that accident was the joy that God kept me alive. Because while I was in hospital, every night I cried. I remember those days. I don't want to be dirty here, but I remember those days when I wake up, my pillow will be soaked with blood. I'll have to scream and all those stuff. And I kept telling myself, I kept telling God, if I survive this, if I could survive and go back, if there's anything I wanted from God, was to be able to return back as an actor and continue what I was doing, because there was nothing else I thought I could do better. Even as an engineer, of which I studied in school, I never practiced.
Wow.
So I did return full because God wanted it to happen so. And today we are here together. And we wow. I want to give God a big applause. Every glory go to God.
Yeah, he did it for us. He did it for us, not only you. Okay, that period, I know some persons will say, I don't want to come close. I don't want to. How did you relate with family and friends aside colleagues? You've told us about colleagues. Seeing you on band-aids, seeing you, telling you to go back to bed. How did you relate and manage the career and family?
It was terrible.
Child.
It was terrible. Because after the accident, I lost everything. I lost my face.
Wow.
This place chunked off. My jaw went this way.
Child.
My jaw was broken into 3. My face was cropped off. For those of you who had seen, if I show you the picture of those days, everything like around my face was gone. My head was cut into pieces.
Yeah.
And it's not easy.
It's not easy, it was.
Because I became a victim.
Sure.
Yes. Me being somebody that fought every day. And I be boy, when I was growing up, I know the rest.
Yeah.
I know the rest at all. Why do I say so? Because I did go school, I did do business, I did do modeling, I did do everything, I did do choreography. I've taught so many of your top models back in the days. I taught them choreography.
Wow.
So it wasn't easy though. This, I'm becoming a little emotional.
Yeah. Take it easy, sir. Take it easy.
To my family, it wasn't easy for them as well. Because every day, you know what it's like nursing a baby?
Yes, sir.
A newborn baby. My family, they had to nurse me like a baby. It was not easy for them. It wasn't easy for them. But they were there for me. They were there. It's true that period, I lost somebody, and the person know himself, where he did now. Because I had a relationship, yeah.
Yes.
But because of my condition, somebody walked away from me.
Wow. Spite of fortune.
Yes. Person walked away, but 5 years after, the person started walking back.
Wow.
So God did it. So, to answer your question directly, you wanted to know what the family members were, how I coped with them that period.
Yes, and the career.
The career wasn't easy for me, I must tell you the truth. It wasn't easy for me. But because I was courageous, I was dedicated to what I wanted to do. I knew at that period, for a period of 8 years, I did not act.
Wow.
I didn't, no, yeah, did I? No, 3 years. 3 years, the first 3 years, I didn't do anything. Because of the wound, they left them. But I was producing, I was writing. While I was in the hospital, I wrote 7 scripts. 7. I wrote 7 scripts in the hospital. And that made the doctor, my surgeon, to believe that it did not affect my brain. Because the way the head was cut, people actually thought that, that it affected my brain. I remember, let me say, because some of them are still alive. Excuse me. I remember some of my family members who actually believed that I would not survive.
But
Who actually had to tell the doctors to probably inject me
Wow. So you go.
So that I could go. Wow. That even if I survived it, that I will be a vegetable.
Oh my God.
Because for a period of 2 years, I did not eat with this mouth, or that. No, we did it. I couldn't repair it. I had POP there, sealed up, so that the jaw could balance.
Yes.
So I did it.
That recovery.
It took 2 years. It took it took a year and 2 months precisely. This is an interview I don't grant anyhow, but I had to offer you this one because of you.
No. You are somebody I will never forget. I will stand up for you morning, afternoon, and night. Aside the interview, I've known you, over 15 years. And I've never seen myself as someone who could lace your shoe. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, sir. Thank you.
It's all right. We're here already. We're all together.
Thank you, sir.
So a lot happened. Sorry, I'm being a little emotional. It's just that the question, because
You're welcome.
So that period, after writing those kind of stories, and I came back from the hospital, the only thing that was in my head was to shoot those stories. So what I did was I kept gathering artists as usual. And some of them would come and look at me and look at my condition. And they would go to one side and whisper. But me, they do audition, they go. Who would know me with like me? This guy survived it. I not sent you. The most important thing now, you could see the articulate. I was so articulate. I was purely articulate. I knew what I wanted. If you were looking at my face, that 1% you, that was the period. That was the way I felt in my heart, like I threw caution to the wind.
Yes.
You understand? Yes. Because before the accident, I had succeeded in moving actors, Nigerian actors. See, I say this not with pain, but with joy that today a lot of people are enjoying what's going on.
Yes.
Before I had this accident, artists were meeting at Odufemi Shoko. That was Seb Ejiro's office.
In Lagos.
In Abuja, Pako. But those who know, they will pick up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that feels.
And then each time they come, they are on the streets. There was no office. It was just Seb Ejiro's little office. Everybody was
office then.
staying in office, JJ. But when you imagine up to 500 artists gathering for money tonight, looking for job, on the streets.
Chineke.
Before then, I moved all of them from that place to a place called Festac in Lagos State.
Wow.
Who's this garden, where I give them a compound, where I give them a hall, where I give them peace, where I, like putting them somewhere.
Yes.
No matter how old you are as an actor, you know that you are there. It was back in the days. They know their steps. I don't really have to mention names.
To mention names.
You understand?
They said that.
So, but did you know that for a period of 3-4 years, we were filming, everything was going on. Marketers, those days, now marketers, they carry money for nylon. Then they carry money for nylon, come there for me, do more that. Shit. Those days, without all the
transfer. That was raw cash.
Marketers will come for me, do more that, sit down with us, talk about the next project, and then things were going on. A lot of people were enjoying it. But did you know that the moment I had that accident, it hurt me deeply that when I came back from the hospital, and while I was trying to survive a period of 2 years, they were already on the street again. They were on the street again. This time around, they were at Winnie's in Surrey.
Okay.
Winnie's are
Winnie's.
So, I would say a lot has really happened.
Yeah.
Let me stop here for now.
Thank you so much for this emotional, deep insights. I believe your fans are still trying to catch up because not everybody knows the story, these details. Okay. What is your honest assessment in today's Nollywood and especially the action movies? What is your perception and what can you change if you are to take the lead role?
Oh, well, when you say what did you call it?
Your assessment.
By assessment.
Have we grown?
Okay.
Are we still where we were? Or do you think there should be something to be done?
A lot needs to be done. You see, we are doing our best, okay? Today's actors, they are doing their best. Thank you. In as much as everybody's trying to copy somebody.
Yeah.
Most people are not being original. Okay. Because it's not easy to give up what you don't have.
Wow.
But when you talk about the production itself, I think let's remove acting from what I call direction to let's remove acting from production. Producing a movie and directing a movie and bringing a story to the limelight is different from interpretation. Okay. Let me explain myself. What we are not getting right today concerning action movies that we're shooting today is that we're trying to do it like Oyibo.
Yeah.
There's no way we're going to do it like Oyibo. We'll never get that facility.
Yeah.
You understand? Every film that we have shot trying to shoot like Oyibo people is a failure. The moment you're thinking to shoot your movie like a white man is already a failure. A lot of film tricks now Oyibo they use. Do you understand?
We can't
We can't. We don't have that already. We don't have it. The only way that we can do our story and make impact as an action story is to make it what we call local action story. If you don't make your story local action story, just the way we appear as Africans, there's no way. Because naturally on the streets of Africa, we're not behaving like white people. We're living like blacks. When would they do love? They do love like blacks. Would they live our life? Would they live like black people? For our day-to-day actions and the things that we do, would they do it like black people? How you want to go shoot film there and you want to shoot that movie like a white man? No, it's wrong. Check out the films, the action movies that has made impact recently. You find out that they are ghetto-oriented. They're purely ghetto-oriented. The only way we can make impact with our action movie is to do that action exactly the same way it is done naturally in our black country called Nigeria and Africa in general. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
The white people are living, let me say I talk, white people, they live fake life. They fake life plenty. And they can stay in a studio, very large studio, and shoot ocean, shoot forest, shoot everything. And then you know what I'm saying? Do everything and say, go back and do what I call magical editing.
Yeah.
And the story will come out with a lot of backgrounds that doesn't exist. AI will do their job. But we Africans can't, not like we cannot do it. We can do all those things. But we Africans are not used to fake things. We like natural things. For instance, if you find yourself on the street and you see people quarreling or fighting, you know how they go now.
One time.
You know how they go, don't they? I don't try go.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So imagine you like in a movie now, you want to come and do that kind of a scene in the movie, and then you come transform to Igbo. You want to shoot gun, papa, Tombo or bros.
Are you Fisher?
Not Fisher now. So the only way for us to make impact and shoot an action movie that will make people to like, wow, relate, is when you do it closer to what is natural to them. Be natural. Because that's this other film I'm planning to shoot. Is going to be a bounce back.
Wow.
It's going to be purely ghetto oriented. Oh, I overthought the title.
Why did we go? Okay. We're still with the legendary Jerry Amilo. Before we go for a short tea break, I'll take this one. This one is in Nollywood. As a Nollywood legend you are, what values do you believe young actors must embrace to achieve longevity in the industry or in their career?
One thing I would tell both the young ones and the upcoming actors is to be real. Be real with your quests. Be real with your quests. A lot of young guys and intending actors nowadays just want to come into the business and then become a billionaire or a millionaire
Overnight. Yeah.
You see, if you're coming in as an upcoming actor and your intention is only to make money. Oh, I see Jerry Amilo living good life. Oh, then you're going nowhere. That means you don't have what it takes. If you want to make it as an actor, be original with your quest. B, love what you're doing first. Number one should be your love for the act. Are you being forced? Is it condition of the country that's making you to become an actor? So is that really what you want to do? Is that your original intention? If this is not your original intention, brother, sister, go into something else and do something else. Don't come and waste your time. That's what I would say. And when you find yourself already in the business, get serious, because there's more to reading a script and acting playing the character. So what I would say to all of you, upcomers and today's actors, be real with your quest. If you don't love being an actor, don't bother to come. There's money in it, of course, but before you make that money, we do it.
He just swears come out.
The sufferer.
This question says, what should fans expect next from your new movies, action projects, mentorship, programs, or major comeback? What should they expect?
Expect a lot. Expect plenty. Especially as Nigeria, the boy now. Expect plenty from me.
Wow.
Recently we had to come together. Okay, a couple of guys too.
Yes, sir.
And we reasoned very well. And we talked about the fact that a lot of Gen Zs don't even know how Nigeria began. That story they hear.
Yes.
So soon you're going to be seeing us doing stories of the old.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. And we're not just going to paint that story, say we wear better clothes. We're going to be doing stories and dress, in accordance with, especially the way they dress in that period. We're going to be telling the stories the same way it was told that period. We're expecting to see greater stories, true life stories, especially when it concerns Africa and the origin of Africa and all the things that has been taken away from Africa and all the things that should come back to Africa. Why am I saying Africa? Because I'm a black man.
Yes.
And there's no other black country except Africa. We have decided to come back with stories that will touch the house. Maybe this one, where you both they make us, maybe love, but love go there inside. So expect a lot.
Are you willing to mentor some persons who are ready, some Gen Zs or some young persons don't want to be mentored? They just want to go and hit the sky.
When you talk about Gen Zs nowadays and I think of AI, it's not easy to mentor people anymore.
I tell you.
Because AI has taken over. But however, am I free to call my page?
Yes, you're free.
Please, follow me, follow my Instagram page, King Jerry Amilo _ follow me, just King Jerry Amilo _ and of course on TikTok follow me again, Don Baba J, because a lot is going on with me already at TikTok. Join me at TikTok and get mentored. Let me teach some youths how to make money without study, how to make money without research, how to make money with your brain and that phone will hold it. That is the new now.
Wow. You're diving into what we do here at Mass Media Hub. We're training young people for the next generation using AI. We have the positive, but the positive side is our keen interest.
Oh, really?
I would think we'll invite you again so that our students can gain more from you, and it will be a pleasure. And that brings us back to your response from the question. We were at the Zuma Film Festival yesterday, and the very amazing gentleman that represented the minister of the FCT, as Obin something I seek here. Yes, that young man said he wants the old story of Nollywood to be told. He wants that. He doesn't just want our story to be told. That the beginning of how does Nollywood started. How he wants somebody to bring out that story. So you just answered. You just touched that. He wants the and Fasturu touched that angle. Said he is one of them, and I believe you are the one of the pioneers. Yes, of Nollywood in Nigeria and of course Africa, because some countries are tapping from us. They bring some of our actors to their country. I was in Liberia, and a few Sugar Rizzi and Mona Lisa Shinda, they took care of the actors in Liberia, teaching them how we started. But he said he wants the story of Nollywood to be told. Maybe you will touch that light.
That's what when I mentioned no more Gen Zs.
Cool.
Let us tell you how it all began.
Cool. Wow.
Because when you get to understand the way it all started, maybe it will help to refocus our youth.
Yeah.
Maybe it will help to build that thing you really want to do. Maybe it will help you to make a choice the right way. Because everybody wants to be an actor. Everybody wants to be an actor. But I dare tell you, most of them don't even know how hard it is to remain an actor when you become one.
Wow.
It's easy to step into, before the camera, do one or two, and then that's it. That's not it. That is just the beginning. From the time you become popular, from that day, now you go begin to make sure, say, you know, go fuck up again. Sorry for the effort.
Wow, you're welcome.
So our focus now is to go back to the beginning and tell the story the way it is, so that people will get to understand originally where we are going. Maybe that will help focus and shape what we are doing today, in Nollywood.
Okay, before we go to our response from our online questions, the last but not the least here says, if you were to shoot a movie that would decide Nollywood, an action-packed movie, a blockbuster, what role would you play, and who are the actors in Nollywood and Hollywood you will feature?
Wow.
That is a big wow.
That's a large one. Not
That's a big one.
If I'm going to do a story about the beginning of Nollywood, I wouldn't do an action movie because we didn't start fighting.
Okay.
We didn't start by fighting. I'm going to tell the story the way it started.
Wow.
I'm going to tell the story of how peak we were, how, less, knowledge we were, how we didn't have much camera or much equipment, how we didn't know how to do things very well, but we tried our best. Yeah. How there was no phone. There was no phone. So there's no way to call somebody. How I will have to come to your house 3 times in a month looking for you, and I'll not find you to shoot your do your continuity. How I'll search for an artist for 3 months. I never say after when you shoot one scene. Oh, come on.
Right later, send get to the village after 3 days. How?
So that's, I'm going to tell the story for real. You understand? Not like these days, like, now we have phone, you can do whatever you want. So if I'm really going to start the story of Nollywood, I'm going to start it from the scratch. When we shot with lantern.
Wow.
Well, we never had floodlights like this. When we used to use a particular light, we'll be saying they put them on for studio or for anywhere. You know that, like,
yes, now
you go just melt like
everywhere, the body will sweat.
Like, I'm going to tell you the story for real good. And of course, I'm going to make you to understand how we visited the right places to make films. Not like on these days that you have to stay in the studio and do it and then form your studio, form your sets and then location will appear. Most of the stories that we did, we visited the areas. Yes, we did. Wow, so stand by to see the real story. And of course, it's going to be coming to Jerry Amilo TV on YouTube.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, I watched the premiere of the comeback of Living in Bondage. If you are privileged and God provide the resources, would you bring the comeback of Bruno and the Law? That's fun.
You know why I smiled?
Yes.
a lot of brothers and sisters and pastor.
Wow. Wow.
And of course, it's possible to bring down the law again, the comeback. But you know, it should never be the same story.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? Because a lot of people have died. It's not easy to bring the comeback. Rather, we can bring the follow-up.
With young boys.
We can bring the follow-up, a sequel
Yeah.
of the story. Live after, of course.
After 10 years, of course, years.
You know, you asked
How many years, sir?
But now law up, and the law was started in 1990 and finished the film in 1991.
Wow.
Was shot for 14 months. Not be like today where would they shoot this 2 days now. 2 days were done. We shot for 14 months. I won't forget.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, so it will not be easy. And you asked a question about people that I'm going to cast.
Yes.
Don't worry, I won't mention.
No, please, we want just two. Two Nolly, two Holy.
You know where I will not mention.
Yes.
You know, we'll call your brother where you know call your brother.
Okay. Okay, let's do the foreign. Who among the superstars we love and you will invite?
You might not like who I'll call. He's so old. Well, I'd like to see him play in a Nigerian movie. His name is Arnold. Just
Thumbs up. I dove my cap for you, Your Excellency.
Our Excellency, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency.
You know, at least to play an old man.
Yes. Woo.
But you know, it's not easy, right?
It's not easy though to fit in.
Yes.
If you don't want to mention more, I would have loved my veteran actor Jackie Chan.
That means yeah, we're going to be doing a little funny comic action.
Our roles then are very funny if you were to interpret it now. Where our fathers who,
If I'm going to cast Jackie Chan, I have to cast a Kosofis.
that's true. Just the connect. Now you're bringing
Because Jackie Chan is action comedy.
yes.
You know, it's not easy to blend people from outside to play in our stories. It's not easy. Out there too, it's not easy for them to blend us. So the reality remains that if we're doing any job here that's going to give us limelight, and it has to be an African story, you must look at for an African brother out there who plays, even if he's not been here for years.
Yes, yes. Okay, that brings us to the end of our personal question. At the movie premiere, Zuma movie premiere yesterday, the DJ said, I asked him, I said, what collaboration are you planning in the next 5 years? He said to bring all the European countries together and of course African countries to shoot in Nigeria. That brings the last question I want to ask before we go to the online questions. Which country now would you take your actors to just shoot? Not for anything like in Lagos then, the noise of generator used to disturb your producers then. Again, electricity. But now just the countries you love to feature because of the beautiful serene and of course what God has put in place in different countries. What countries would you visit?
You know, you're automatically trying to make me to paint to Igbo people. We know so Igbo people there. We know say America is better than Nigeria. But know that Europe is better than Nigeria. We know.
Oh my God.
We know say everywhere better persons. But if you want to ask me a location where we could make a great movie today, come with me to Budu. Cattle Ranch. Come with me to Budu. Oh my God, I've been to Budu, Cattle Ranch, and you take a look around you, you will know there's a place in Nigeria that's better than places in Europe.
Wow. 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 That's indigenous.
And if we must go outside Nigeria to go and film, of course you must. If you're going to do a Nigerian story, you're going to have a touch of black man and a touch of white people.
Yes.
South Africa is there.
Yes.
South Africa is just
Joburg is one beautiful place.
Yes.
Yes.
South Africa is there.
One beautiful.
If you were expecting me to mention New York and so on, work don't have that background.
Even Rwanda.
Oh, even Rwanda. Kigali. I was in Kigali. 4 months ago.
Yes.
Beautiful place. But however, if you want to mention a place that would depict, both the Europe and texture and African texture, South Africa, South Africa, and of course, excuse me. Oh yeah.
Okay, let's go to our online questions. Someone said, when are you coming to Lagos or Asaba to produce a movie and shoot?
See, Lagos people, I will not promise you wahala day. You see, I love Lagos,
Okay.
but you see, where you don't have the freedom, the way you want to make a film, not the freedom. You see, the scenario is no longer there in Lagos. I'd rather shoot. Why would I want to shoot in Asaba? It's not like Asaba is the best place to shoot to. There are other places. I just mentioned Ubudikatu Ranch. You understand? Lagos, if you find me in Lagos to film, just know that I've been employed to shoot a film, not my film. As for Lagos, I can only come there when I need a location. It's not easy to shoot in Lagos.
Oh my God.
It's not easy.
Okay, before we round up, they say I should ask you, among your young superstars now, who are your best doing like you then? That you can be proud to say, this boy is my boy. Just give us two.
When I the seats with Michael. This could be not. To be doing, but of course, my brother is doing well. A lot of my brothers are doing well. A lot of them are doing well. Not to mention why I mentioned Subi because when you talk about character wise, a whole lot of them.
It has
So a whole lot of the young ones are doing well. The only thing I will tell the upcoming ones is make your quest a reality. Movie acting is not a joke.
movie acting is not a joke.
Not a joke.
It has so many hard work.
A lot of people see me on the street, come to my live program, and all they say, I want to be an actor.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Let me tell you one thing about being an actor. You see, the job being an actor is a very jealous job. It will steal you, minus you from every other thing you do. It's a jealous job. It's not a job you do and you want to add another job to it. It's not a job you do and then you put your own timing. Okay, if I come on set, I will leave by 1. It's a lie. You might come on set and even by 1, you've not started shooting. Yes, a lot of people who are bankers, they still want to be actors. But each time you give them a role, you find out they cannot even come to shoot at your time. So when you plan to become an actor, just understand automatically that it's going to take you away from any other job that you do.
Sacrifice.
It's a jealous job.
Woo. All right, viewers, that brings us to the end of this segment with our Nollywood veteran actor, Jerry Amilo, a survivor, a superstar by all standards, and of course, the action and the king of bad voice. Okay, see you next time. I would like to say thank you for sharing your life lessons and legacy with us today, sir. You remain a treasure in Nollywood and of course in the journey of acting. We want to say God keep you alive, strengthen you, and keep providing and blessing you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, follow us on Mass Media Hub TX, our YouTube and Facebook, on all our handles. Till I see you again, this is Mass Media Hub, where AI meets media. See you. God bless you. Enjoy your December. It's already celebration period.
And be careful.
And be careful.
Let's say if you're in Nigeria, you're very careful.
Yes. Any other word?
Oh, and if, of course, make it to watch your back.
Watch your back. That's from our veteran Nollywood actor, Jerry Amilo. See you next. Follow us on Mass Media Hub. Say hi to our, before we round up, say hi to our country director.
Oh, I greet you, our country director. I saw you pack.
Yes. June Christopher.
Joe Christopher, stay blessed. God bless. And of course, thanks for having me.
Okay. All right. That's how we round up today. See you next. Guess who will be our next guest? And he has promised us one person. I want to say thank you to our veteran actor, Jerry Amilo. God bless you.
God bless.
Thank you so much for coming. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you on our studio. Thanks so much.